Hello everyone, and welcome to this review video of the INew Kit 3, which is an extremely cheap Android tablet that the target audience should be for your kids. And today I'm going to show you whether if it's worth the money, or whether if your kids are gonna like the tablet, or if they're gonna like you after you bought this for them. So maybe you think if you're buying something for your kids to maybe like watch videos or play games, you might maybe just buy something extremely cheap for them because you know they're going to throw it everywhere and scratch it up. So maybe a cheap tablet might work. But we'll see about that later. So what you have here is a charger that looks oddly similar to an old Nokia charger, but I'm not sure about that. And also a pair of earphones, which is made out of the cheapest earphones I have ever seen, and it's also extremely short, as I'll demonstrate to you in a bit. But they are earphones and they work, so there you go. And up next is a micro USB cable, which is very odd because this tablet can be charged in two ways, which is one using the Nokia charger or using the micro USB, which is very odd because I'm not sure why would they need two charging ports to charge the tablet, but that's what they got. And of course, here's an OTG cable for your thumb drive or something, maybe you want to put some movies. But of course the tablet also has an SD card slot which you can put SD cards inside. So we go deeper into the box, and all you can see is a bunch of papers and user manuals, and of course also the cover for the tablet and an extra screen protector. And you know, for something that costs this less, they actually gave you a lot of things. Not even sure today's new phones even give you an extra screen protector and a case provided inside, and a bunch of cables. I mean, sure, they are low quality cheap ass cables, but they are still cables, and there's a cover. Now moving on, we're gonna take a look at the tablet itself. So when I was buying this tablet, they actually have a few choices you can pick for the background graphics. I mean, on the back of the tablet, which is a bunch of cartoons. Originally I wanted Frozen, but it was out of stock, so I had to pick this one, which is a local cartoon series. You might know, or maybe you might not know, but it doesn't matter, your kids will probably like it anyway. So the volume buttons on the side of the tablet are kinda hard and sturdy, which is actually kinda a good thing because maybe it'll last longer, who knows? Maybe they're built to last, because it's made of like extremely cheap and hard plastic, which is very durable. So right now let's peel off the screen protector itself, which is actually not a screen protector, there's another layer inside. So they actually gave you two screen protectors, and now let's turn it on. Now keep in mind that this tablet was advertised as an Android 6.0 Marshmallow tablet, which I have my doubts. Now if you look and listen closely, the entire user interface feels extremely Android 4.4, which is exactly what this tablet is. So we're gonna head straight into the settings and we'll see what this is all about. So if you look here, it says it's 6.0, but it's obviously not, because the entire user interface is just straight up stock Android KitKat. So in a while I'm going to download CPU-Z and we'll make sure. And some more evidence of Android not being 6.0 is the Play Store, which is an extremely old version of it. And right now I'm going to install a bunch of apps, and to make sure it actually can install apps. So we'll see what happens next. So now while we wait for my apps to finish downloading, here's a bunch of apps that came preloaded with the tablet, which is a bunch of games and some for kids educational games maybe. I'm not sure about all these, but I'll open some of them and test them later. And now we have CPU-Z installed, and let's take a look at the Android version through here. So if you haven't know by now, actually this tablet is actually some kind of tablet that a lot of other brands take and they rebrand it as their own. And you can see a lot of tablets like these with different brand names. So most of the time they are running on Android KitKat, which you can see here. It's actually extremely easy to root, and I'll show that in part 2 of my video. Coming up next is gonna be just a bunch of gameplay videos which I'm going to play with some of the pre-installed apps in this tablet, and I'm going to do just a quick sound test and a game test. and of course throw in a bunch of nostalgic games that came from the Android KitKat era. Right, now that the game test is complete, now I'm going to show you on how this tablet can charge. So first of all, you can charge using, of course, the Nokia charger, and of course you can also use the micro USB to charge it. You can charge it both ways, but I think you're probably just gonna use the micro USB because that's what most of the phones nowadays use. Now I'm gonna do a little video test by watching YouTube videos. So this tablet is very bad at watching YouTube videos. You're gonna have to watch them at 360p to ensure smooth playback. If you watch it at 480 or 720p, it's gonna start lagging. So if you're gonna watch YouTube videos, watch them at 360p. And there's a very bad thing about this tablet is that the screen display is very bad. If you look at it from a slightly lower angle or a higher angle, the entire display is gonna turn out to be very weird. So the only way you're gonna watch this is either sideways or straight on. If you watch it at any angle, the display is gonna turn bad and it's gonna ruin your entire experience. And yes, those were lags from the tablet because of me watching it from 720p. Right now I'm going to show you how short the earphone cables actually are. If you can see, it's not even longer than my arm, which is kind of a very weird thing to be because earphones are supposed to be way longer than this. But I guess because the tablet is cheap, that leaves them room for things like these. So you get earphones, you should probably be happy about that. Alright, that concludes part 1 of this review. From part 2, I'm going to show you what kind of new games that you can play on this tablet. Whether if you can use Spotify, and I'm going to show you how to root this tablet, and I'm going to report back on the battery life after a few weeks of usage. So stay tuned for that video.